ready, folks.
I sure am. Are you ready?
I sure am.
Super excited. Hello, good evening, July 14th. It's a Thursday night. Whoop, whoop. Tomorrow's Friday. This is Paranormal PhD with me, Dr. Rebecca Foster, clairvoyant medium. Thank you all for joining me. So right now I'm streaming to Facebook on both the Spirit Realm Network page and to God's Reader page, and then also to YouTube. So yay. I invited a bunch of people from TikTok. I don't know if they'll show up, but I'm not going live there because it's just too hard to kind of jump back and forth. So join me in the chat room if you would like a reading, or just watch and remain anonymous, and we'll go from there. Yay. So I have no idea what I'm going to talk about tonight other than conduct some readings, which is not a bad thing. Everybody can hear me. My volume is up. It's a beautiful day. I hope everyone is having a good day. I hope everyone is at least getting outside and soaking up the sun and getting their vitamin D processed. And yeah, let's throw on the glasses so I can start reading. Are they clean? Yes. Okay. Sweet. All right. So let's see who is here. I can't even read this. I need to go in and get a new set of glasses. I need a new doodad thing. Whole test. All right. I know. You know what? I'm excited too when Fridays come because it's the weekend, right? It's like a kind of just relax and vibe and process, lay back. Everyone should do that. I mean, I know weekends are days to catch up and do yard work and clean and cook, and it's a day to catch up from the busy week, but make sure you're putting in some time for yourself. Everyone should allow that, especially married couples where everything doesn't have to be together. I mean, seriously, give your spouse or your partner some time away. It's good. Hello, Thomas. Hello, how are you? Tina, hello. Amber, hello. Amber, that's a new name. Never heard Amber's name before. Kayla, hello, darling. Pam Shack, hello. Isabel, hello. Reading just recently. Hello, darling. Michelle Abels. I don't know how my son is dating Michelle's daughter, and it's a really awesome couple. And he has infiltrated their home for for 14 days. So she's quite a sport. Yes. I'm going to have to return the favor. Kathy, hello. Pam, how are you? Kathy Drain, Renee, hello. Kim, Kathy, Tony. I don't know this name. Mari Tosta Pesky. Please forgive me if I mispronounce names. Stephanie, hello. How are you? Melly, don't know your name. That's fabulous. I'm so glad for all these new people. And I thank all of you as well who are just so loyal. You're here all the time. And I really do try to make sure I do a good mix of reading. So really, if you just come into the chat room and say hello, you do not have to ask questions. You do not have to put out there what or who you're trying to get through from me. Just say hello, and I will vibe on each person as I go through. And it's not that I'm ignoring you or anything. If I don't get anything, I have to kind of move on, but I will scroll back and forth through the comments. And if you get a reading, give some feedback in the chat, because people who are watching really do want to know, how does that even vibe? Did that make sense? Or is she just making this stuff up as she goes along? All right. Hello, Tony Pronger. That is my niece. How are you, darling? She is a chef, poisson. She likes to do the cooking and the cleaning. She got a baby girl named Diana. All right. Terry, how are you? Karina, Deborah, I'm kind of just vibing through. Deborah from Michigan. You know what? I used to go to Michigan for like 2 weeks in the winter, 2 weeks in summer. We had a cottage on Mill Lake near Gobles. that was really part of my awakening, is to seeing ghosts, because speaking of which, we used to go to this place, and on the outside, when we would drive down this gravel road to get to another gravel road to take us to our cottage, there was this broken down home, and it was the place the family used to live there. Were called the Boxsteads, and there was this horrific thing, and the son died, and people were murdered, and then I believe it was the wife hung herself in the house. And every time we went by, oh, there's the Boxsteads. So I would look at this place and be like, oh, I remember it just being such a draw, like the energies. And then my dad took myself and my brothers through the house, and it was seriously dilapidated, falling down. Everything was like flooring and everything. We're walking through this place at like 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. And I was enthralled. It was like Michigan was really this. And that's also where I met all of my little fairy folk too, as a kid. So that was the start of my whole real well, not the start of it, but a major memory for me of that. Hello, Nancy. How are you? He's being a good boy. Good. I would expect nothing less. I would expect, well, he's got a million eyes on him too. So, Pam, did the full moon, did it affect me? You know, it did. About 4 days prior to a full moon, I have a lot of trouble sleeping up to the full moon. I toss and turn. I get up to use the bathroom like 10 times because I'm aware that I have to go to the bathroom. So I just am like, ugh. So, 4 or 5 days before the full moon, it's horrendous. And I also close my eyes and then I still see through my eyes. It's weird. And I see faces constantly, but it didn't affect me negatively. It just energized me, which I'm super excited about. Brooke Weber, hello. Oh, I did. I heard from you about being friends with them, and yeah, absolutely, definitely. Thomas, you're in Ohio. I think I'm going to be in Ohio maybe in September. Yay! Hello, Brandy from Indiana. I love Indiana. I have friends in Indiana. I go ghost hunting in Indiana. Christina, hello. If you're from Ohio and you're Colorado now. And you're in Plainfield, Indiana. Okay. Willa from Michigan. Sweet. Amy, you're in Indiana. Amy, you're from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Awesome. I was just about 40 minutes south of you. Like for the last 12 years, I lived in the Fond du Lac area. So awesome. You guys, this is fabulous. A lot of different. Renee, you're in Michigan too. I didn't know that. Marlene, you're in Iowa. What part of Iowa? I'm like right near West Des Moines. From Kentucky. Oh, okay. So you're in Kentucky. You're in Kansas, Kathy. Fabulous. Okay. The full moon made you crazy too, Janet. Absolutely. I'm sorry I'm not looking in the eyes. Michelle Bayer Davis, you're from New Zealand. So you have an accent then for sure. When you're talking, you sound all right. I gotta hear it. We may have to get you on here, Michelle, because I love that new like Oz New Zealand accent you guys have. That's fabulous. Oh my gosh, so many fabulous people here. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Okay, so I've run through. I've kind of talked a bit to bring everybody's energies down, get my energy used to. You're in Sac City, so you're not that far. To get everybody's energies kind of relaxed and not worrying, and we'll start with the readings. Okay. So for anybody who's new and has never seen me before, my readings, it's a God-given talent. They are symbolic. So first I will explain what I'm being shown, and then I will explain what it means. And the information, it comes from God and from your spirit guides and my spirit guides and from people who have passed over. Although I do not consult the dead, I simply repeat what they show. So I'm not going to ask Uncle Joe if you should buy the house or not, that kind of a thing. So we'll go from there. All right. Yay, Thomas, you are always on point, man. You're like, bam. Before I even get the show loaded, you are on. So really quickly, Thomas, let's take a peek at you. See what's going on. If anything, not that your life is boring, not at all, but I do see you taking some kind of a road trip, and it feels work related. It's kind of like I want to put you in a truck, and it feels like it is a short jaunt, but it'll be worth it financially. And it also feels like it is a new form of a network that will connect you to new people for future work somehow or future needs somehow. So it looks like, again, a road trip that pays and you are in a truck. I can hear the truck. I can hear that, which would be awesome. Road trips, anyway, it doesn't even matter. If it's a road trip, who cares? I mean, somebody could send you on the road for like jelly beans. Be like, okay, I'm going to the farthest place I can for jelly beans. I love road trips. They're so much fun. All right, Tina Johnson Gunn, hello, how are you? All right. Let's just see really quickly what I saw for you. So, really fast, Tina, I had to clarify what I was picking up, but you know those suckers that they're spirally? Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing. And so the whole symbolic aspect of it, they're very colorful. Okay, and that's what I was waiting to hear kind of left me wrestling a little bit. But the whole point is it is one path. It's one path. And what does it do? It starts here, and follow the yellow brick road, blah, blah, blah. And it keeps going. So right now you are making progress, and they're letting your guides want you to know you're making progress in everything that you're pursuing. And you may not feel like you are because you're like, I just saw that tree. I saw it. I saw the tree. I saw the tree. I saw it. But you're spiraling out to the exit point. So it's almost as if your guides in spirit and the universe and your path are just kind of keeping you in a safe area of progress. And then come after those spirals, which looks like there might be like 9 in all. So we're talking like 9 days, the 9th of the month, possibly by September, you will exit this whole transformative path and you will be on your own to spread your wings and fly. Terrifying sometimes. It's terrifying sometimes. I understand that. All right. Let's see here. Let us see here. I also want to, if I put a star next to your name, it's just because I have commented on that. It helps me remember who I am talking to and who I've talked to. And all right, Vivian, last week you said, watch your money. Well, I almost lost my job. Instead, let me put this up here. Instead, the hours were cut back. I delayed my birthday vacation just in time. Holy cow. So watching your money was it's so funny sometimes how it comes through and then how it actually transforms into and comes into a person's life as a manifestation. So having told you to watch your money and then have your pay uncertainty, that's huge. I mean, that tells me a lot too. It gives me feedback to see what the options could be for that vision. And I do appreciate that because it just helps deepen the knowledge of everything when people give that feedback. I do love that. That's pretty awesome. All right. Tammy Plasek, hello, how are you? So I know this is weird. It's summertime, so we're barefoot a lot of times, but I'm being told you're barefoot in front of me and they're showing me your feet and then they're saying, be careful. So I asked them, okay, does be careful mean that she needs to lotion her feet more or that she has to deal with a bunion? Or is she going to step on something? So one, with that, I would watch where you walk. Watch where you're walking barefoot. And maybe this has already happened and your guides are going to let you know that they know what's going on in your life, giving you a little bit of a sign and saying, hey, she just stepped on a ground bee nest today. All right. But I'm watching it and it looks almost like they're showing me the skin itself. So it would be probably topical or just dealing with your skin. And right now, don't ask me for big words because my brain's not doing it. And I had then quickly, this is how fast these telepathic conversations are. Then I said, okay, is this diabetes? Like, does she have to watch her foot or her feet with an injury due to diabetes? And that's when I started talking. So if you have anything going on with your feet, make sure that you are paying attention to the health of your feet. You're keeping them moisturized and be careful where you walk because they won't even let me off your feet. They're focused solely on them. So if you have your feet health in mind, take care of them. And because gosh, when your feet are bad, man, it makes it so hard to do absolutely anything at all. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so really quickly, Linda Apostolides. Oops, I don't know why I just did that. Let's do this. There. Oh, because this is moving. That's why it's just doing it. Sorry. All right. So, Linda, your son is in a psychiatric hospital and marriage is ending. Okay. So I need to find your son through you. So let's take a peek at him. And if he is in any state of mental trauma right now, or if they have him medicated in any way, it might affect how I see him. But if I can find his spirit, we'll see. So Linda. Okay. Linda Mackenzie Apostolides. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Okay. So I see you, not the hospital, but I see you. Okay. And his marriage is ending. I think what's happening here, this is not something that's new. This isn't something that has just popped up and happened. This is something that he has been dealing with for a long time that may just be coming discoverable. Now, what I do when it comes to anyone that's been diagnosed or considering anything mentally, having a mental problem of any kind or an issue, I look at the mental aspect and can I throw something at them and it fixes them chemically? Or is this a spiritual aspect? The problem here is it looks like there's a convergence of both going on with him. And it possibly started with the spiritual part first. And because he was unaware or not dealing with that the right way, it turned into this over here as far as a protective aspect. But it does sound like my thing, I'm looking at him going, okay, so he's hearing things. He's here. So is this schizophrenia or is this mediumship? Like, is this a spiritual gift that he's being misinterpreted as the schizophrenia and then having any kind of a multiple personality or something? And when I say that, I don't see that being the case. I don't see anything multiple personality wise, but it looks like he has some form of something going on where he's protecting himself. Now, this could also be why he feels like one person and he's protecting another. For instance, there is a part of him that is within him that he is protecting to keep safe. And I don't think that he is dealing with like a borderline personality disorder. I really don't. I actually think that he doesn't, God forbid, I'm a Jesus freak. I am. I love Jesus. I love God. Saved me many times. However, I don't think that this is a situation where religion is going to help him because religion doesn't consider the spiritual aspect in a way that this could be fixed. Psychiatry doesn't look at it in a spiritual way that this might be something other than chemical. And that's where the problem lies. We need spiritual help, we need mental help, and we need physical help. That's why we've got spiritualists, we have psychiatrists, and we have medical physical doctors. And with him, this looks like if they can get him on a special medicine or a medicine that helps calm him and level his thinking out, it looks like he will be able to wrestle and deal with those demons that he has been fighting off for so long that have made him feel crazy. And then once he makes sense of that, he'll be able to tell them off and then be able to deal with the balances. Because once the spiritual is fixed, the mental is fixed, and then you can fix and work on, because it's a trickle down effect. So he needs to have the ability to focus on the fact that he's hearing things, he's seeing things, he's experiencing things. But believe me, you know what? When I was 16, they would have locked me away had I not fought back. They thought I was crazy. I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy. So we have to give him the benefit of the doubt in that aspect of treatment. And those doctors are going to go, there is no such thing as a ghost. I'm sorry. These things just don't exist. Well, you know what? My flat butt will tell you that it is absolutely real and true, okay? Well, it's not that flat, but okay. I would have him, I don't know how you're going to get him the help that he needs other than telling them to address the possibility that maybe he is actually seeing and hearing things. And then from there, once he's balanced and he feels like, when you ask him, how do you feel? I feel good today. He's going to know if he feels good or not. He's not stupid. I feel good. I feel balanced. I feel like I have some hope within me. Okay, now let's talk about what's been going on and let's try to separate those things. And then they can actually deal with it. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I didn't go and become a psychiatric doctor. I wouldn't have known how to treat my patients. And that's why I didn't do it. Yeah, okay. Willa Danowski, your daughter Angie lives with severe anxiety and eruptive tissue. When she dances, she blossoms. Is her brain going to destroy a dance career? It's interesting, let me point something out to you, Willa, that if she's there, great. If not, you can take her to this point at 21:30 and you can let her hear this herself. When God gifts us with something, when he gives us a talent, okay, we have to go out and multiply it. That's the whole point of a talent. If you squander your talent, you will be exiled. It's just written in the Bible. Bam. Okay. In the Bible, it's a talent is money. But the symbolic aspect is here's your talent and go use it, multiply it, make other people happy, make more of it, pile that, do something with it. So if he has gifted her with dance and it's her language of her heart and her soul, and she speaks dance, then she needs to do it. If anxiety is causing her to not dance or it's holding her back, then that is what she needs to focus on, because the darker things that are here, they will do everything they can to make a person not use their gift through fear, anxiety, self-loathing, insecurity, lack of confidence. Those are all those little whispering things like, people are only going to laugh at you. You know you can't do that because you're going to have a panic attack on stage. You know you're never going to remember your lines. You know you're never going to, people. And so what she's experiencing, she needs to try to work through it. She needs to try to work through and dance as much as she can, but work through the anxiety of what leads up to it, because those voices in her head that she's hearing, those are purposefully there to stop her from doing something that she's meant to do. One is use God's gift, and two, it may be something huge that she's meant to do that is going to change the life of others. And interpretive dance, especially if she can take what she's been through with her anxiety and depression and turn it into a movement through dance, God knows what she is capable of doing that. To see someone dance that speaks nothing but anxiety and pain, and the people watching it, exactly, they know what she's saying through the movement, she can win America's Got Talent. That's what she needs to do, is use it like that. That's what she needs to do. Okay. All right. Linda Fields, you're welcome. Linda, you have a triplet of women coming through. And this looks almost like we've got 3 different tiers. So we would have mother, grandmother, great grandmother, and they all kind of look similar, and they look lighter haired or blonde, except the grandmother, her hair looks a little dirtier blonde or a light brown. And they smell, well, I don't know if it's each of them or all of them or one of them, but the channel they're coming through is combined. So they smell like cinnamon, like a cinnamon roll or a cinnamon bread. And hold on, I'm just listening really quickly. You're having your energy is talking to them. You're having quite an in-depth conversation. And what I heard them say is, well, when, and then you're like, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I was listening for, because when it's like that, it's kind of difficult, and it's actually hurting my eyes right now. So hold on 1 second. Let me listen. It sounds like you say, well, I don't know exactly when, but I'm going to wait for the date. So it almost sounds like somebody around you is going to be having a celebration of some kind, or a union, maybe a wedding or a birth. The letter P comes through as well. The letter P. It looks short, like it would be short for something. So it would be Anthony and they'd be called Paul, or it would be Margaret and they're called Peggy. So the P is the shortened version of the name that I'm hearing. And it almost like you just walked into a gaggle of geese who have a lot of information, and they want to gossip and talk and giggle and find out more. And then really quickly, they are handing you a key to something. It's a silver shiny key, so possibly a new car or new home, a new key to something that would not be symbolic. It would be actually a key to something. La la, how are you? Hello, Robin. How are you? Van Landingham. You know, Robin, I'm just going to give a little backstory here. Robin is the wife of Chad Van Landingham, and Chad was a gentleman I met in like early 2018 through galleries, and Chad was at everything I did. He was on my members only. He was on everything I did. He was on it. Like, he would get a notification, there was Chad. And Chad he got COVID, and it took his life. And so this morning I was brushing my teeth, and it's so weird because I still have Chad's messages or his texts, his email. I have all of that still. I've never deleted it. And so he came to me this morning and he said, can you tell Robin I said hello? And he said something else. And then he said, just so she knows it's me, just tell her purple flowers. And I was like, okay, all right. And I went about my morning and doing my stuff. And then I went outside to have my coffee, and I flipped open my app, and then there was Chad's name. And I was like, okay, I understand. I'm doing it right now. I stopped everything. And I was like, Robin, because he was so persistent. And so many of you who've been here before, who've been here for a while, you would have remembered Chad, but Robin is pretty awesome. And Robin is a cancer survivor. So always welcome, Robin. You and your daughter, always welcome. I can tell you this though, Robin, it feels like there is a new chapter starting for you, and it feels like a new environment. So this is either work related or home related, but I do see you like it, and it feels like a different surrounding. So either you're moving or you are revamping something, or redoing, refurbishing, rebuilding within the home, like a new kitchen or living room. You're doing something around you because the the surround looks very different, as if it's been upgraded or changed. So I love that. Yeah. I know he's here too. I can guarantee you that Chad is here. I can guarantee. You've been remodeling and upgrading. Oh, that's wonderful. So see, he is here. He is here. He really quickly though, Robin, I don't know if you're doing something with like green or sage green. I don't know if there's a green involved here, but he's like, I don't know what I mean, he's just making it look like he doesn't like the color very much, but that's okay. I think he's joking. I love that. That's fabulous. All right. Linda, your son had a plan to end it on 7/18. You know what? It's I'm so glad that he went and had the strength to get the help that he got. Because I'm telling you, those darker angels, that's their whole purpose, is to take us out and to make us feel unworthy and unloved, unwelcome, and just super defeated. And a lot of times they win because people fight that battle in their minds, in their ears, in their souls. They fight it alone. And I've been through it. I went through it at 13. I know they are very convincing as to you shouldn't be here. And then I went through it again later on. And if you just kind of trust God, it's amazing how he'll work. I'm going to just give you all this little bit here. If you're ever feeling like you are super stressed out, super anxious, that you just don't want to breathe another minute because it's pain, and soul pain is one of the worst pains. Just take your Bible, go get a Bible just for this reason, okay? And not a new one. Go get a King James version that's translated from the Aramaic, because that's the true wording of the Bible to most of the extent. But take your Bible and just go, God, I don't know what you want to say to me right now, but I am to my wit's end, and I'm getting in the back seat right now, because y'all better take the wheel, because I'm out of here. Otherwise, I'm jumping out of this thing. I'm jumping out of this vehicle if you don't help me right now. I'm telling you, you take it and you either let it just fall open, or what I like to do too is I will keep it closed and I will go, like what, you know what? We're just talking right now, but this, I think this is the one. Yeah. Okay. Let me get this paper out of the way here. I will just take it and I will look at what here is attracting my attention in this book. What is doing it? And I will find that page, put my fingernail in it, boop, and I will open it. And that's how he saved my life, because he opened me to 1 Peter 4. And I read that and I cried and I cried and I cried. And then I kept reading it. And then I started over with 1 Peter and I read the whole thing, and it saved me. So I've opened up this page, and the first one is, in you, O Lord, do I put my trust and confidently take refuge. Let me never be put to shame or confusion. That's Psalm 71, verse 1. And the other one, Joshua 1:9, be strong and courageous. The Lord your God will be wherever you go. 1:9 is the best. If you look, and I actually have the rest of that verse tattooed on my back. Okay. You guys, if you don't believe in miracles, I'm telling you, he does them every single day. Getting up is a miracle. Each person here in this room right now is a freaking miracle. Just think of it this way, guys. Okay, figure out how old you are, all right? And then figure out how many generations go back in your family, and how long did they live? You know, how long did they have? How long has your family been? What's your freaking lineage? What is your genealogy? Okay. How many wars have happened in your family's life? How many people have been in the military? How many people have been in law enforcement? You know, whatever your circumstance, how many sicknesses and illnesses and diseases have they gone through? Okay. How many siblings do you have or not have? How many family members can't conceive or can't have children of their own? We're going back hundreds of thousands of years. And then the one time that there's a possibility of you being born, you are chosen out of 3 trillion other swimmers. So you won the lottery that night that you were conceived, because you beat 299 trillion other little million, trillion, whatever, swimmers. But you have to go back every grandmother and grandfather that survived to make it possible for that to happen. Because if anybody had screwed up along that line, one of those people wouldn't have been there. You wouldn't be here. And this is what people who commit suicide deal with when they go. They go to the other side and they go, oh my God, look at what I messed up. I messed up this whole train. Now y'all have to refigure everything because I'm not there. And not only does it screw up everybody who's still there, but now everybody that was planning on coming down to you as a parent or a grandparent or a sibling, they have to rethink, this wasn't my lesson. I wasn't supposed to learn this. I have to, now where am I going to go? It screws up a lot. And the hell that they go through initially, because there's so much soul pain to deal with, there's a lot of forgiveness to go through before they move through to heaven and then possibly come back, which most of them do. Rethink it. I'm telling you, go to bed, go to sleep, cry your eyes out, blast your radio, but don't kill yourself. Just don't do it. Every one of them says, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? How do I stop this? What can I fix this? They all regret it. Like that. Boom, boom, boom. It's over. And they regret it. And now they got to start over as a kid again and go back to kindergarten. Ugh, no. That's the old soul in me talking. Telling you. And you know what? The thing about it is this. People always say, oh, they killed themselves, they're going to hell. No, they're freaking not. No, and no, they are not. God does not send us to hell. We do that. Each one of us judges ourselves. That's why you should never judge yourself. We send ourselves to hell. Okay. And the thing is this, he has mercy on those souls. Okay. They go to a different place. It's not a purgatory. It's almost like a check-in office. It's the only way I can put it. It's great. There's just millions of people in this place. And then they go through and they're processed in a way that they're shown what they did and how awesome it was. They're shown what they were moving to do, and then they show what they were going to do and didn't. And that's where the whole, oh my gosh, how am I going to forgive myself of this? So once they're forgiven by us, they must then go through the process of forgiving themselves. They move on to heaven, and then they replan. This is what I'm going to do next time. And sometimes they'll also wait for their loved ones to come up and plan it with them. So don't expect right away to hear them, because again, it's a process. They may not come through in a dream right away. They may not approach you, or you might not feel them right away. It's because they have to go through a healing process. Imagine it. And then most of the time they're good. Most of the time they're like, okay, I'm going back down. I'm going to do this again. I'm not going to screw it up. So when I see people who are struggling with suicide and suicidal thoughts this time around, it's probably because they've been through it before. And this is a huge hump to get through. Once they do, they're golden, because they'll never feel that way again. They'll never do it again. Hello, August Sunset. How are you? Sandra King Hudson. How are you? Thank you. All right. Wonderful. Michelle, I'm glad that it made a good vibration with you. Renee, you think your daughter is bad. And you know what? I know I'm supposed to be reading, but I also feel compelled to kind of answer a couple of these things for people. So Renee, with your daughter, the problem is we all have negative things that are affecting us. It's what we do with them. There isn't a day in my life that's gone by that I haven't had something tapping at the window with a big grin. Come play, Rebecca, every single day. It takes faith. You cannot get through a day without faith. So we all have that angel devil thing going on. These guys here are helping us. The angels are telling us, what we need to do. And they whisper these little things. They feed our soul. They inspire us. They tell us where our keys are. What did I do with my keys? In the kitchen. Oh, thanks. I never go to. Where'd it go? Look at this. Boop. I don't have any shoes on. But this sucker was standing by me today when I was getting upset because of something really stupid. But I was getting upset and I looked down and bam, there was a penny sitting right in front of me. I didn't have any shoes on, so I stuck it in my bra. They're always, always there. You have to listen for them. They're not loud, and they can't affect your free will. So all they can do is hope to God you're listening and paying attention to their little symbols and signs. These guys, they are loud. They're like, you are fat. You are ugly. Nobody loves you. Your mama dresses you funny. You're never going to make it. You're too stupid. You can't do that. You'll never be a doctor. I mean, all the things that cause us to go, you know what? You're right. We take different pathways because we listen to them. And then they really mess with your mind. And anytime they can't get through to you when you're strong enough, they will find the people around you to vocalize what they're saying. And once you start running into negative, hateful ass people who are doing nothing but pooping on your parade, you get rid of them. I don't give a crap who it is. And I don't care if it's your mama or your daddy or your brother or your best friend of 40 years or a spouse. I don't care who it is. And if it's your child, you just smack them upside the head and say, I just brought you into this world, stop talking to me like that. Or walk away. Whatever you decide to do. Depends on how old they are. But sometimes children, they need to be woke up and change the subject a little bit. So And yes, Nancy, the voices are very overwhelming. This is what I do. When they decide to attack, and that's what it feels like is an attack, I will stop what I'm doing because I recognize that I'm under attack. I'm having a bad day. My personality isn't the way it should be. I'm dropping everything. I will just say, I do not have time for this. Get the hell away from me and kiss the feet of Jesus, because y'all are screwing with the wrong person. Now leave me alone. And then I will focus on what I need to do. And I will ignore them, because when you ignore the boogeyman, he does go away. And yes, Tammy, you do have to sometimes cut off family. Lauren, if the child is 34, then a little tough love will not hurt that child. And explaining why will help, because if people don't know what they've done wrong, they don't know how to fix it. So just say, you know what? I'm tired of this. Be on your way, servant. I'll see you later when you're ready to apologize and to kiss my feet. I'm your mother. Well, it just, again, it depends on what kind of person you both are. So somebody said something like that to me, though, I'd be like, I won't see you again. No, I would. I actually would probably figure out that I was being wrong and I would go fix it. So yeah, everybody stay strong. You're welcome. Okay. Mari Tasto Pesky. Hello, how are you? So Mari, the one thing your guides want you to know is that you are actually breaking a habit right now. It is a relationship habit. It almost looks like you may be fully aware of some of your toxic traits. And what I mean by that is getting to a point where you recognize a pattern or a negative pattern, not just in someone else's behavior or the relationships you have or the experiences you have, but also your own behaviors. And realizing that I'm doing myself a disservice by being this way. Well, put it this way, when you look at a problem and there's always two sides to something, if not more. And if you're involved in something, you always want to go, okay, here's a side and this is me. And so you're this side is this, and this. Okay, what was my role in this? If you say I don't have a role in this has nothing to do with me, you're wrong. You're wrong. And that is narcissistic to say that. What the point is I have allowed this behavior. I have condoned this behavior. I have put it off. I have not dealt with it. Why? What's the why? Why? That's when you recognize all the toxic. This is just hypothetical, but this is where you recognize all of your own toxic traits in relationships with people and experiences. If you're always letting things go and pass by and you don't vocalize it, that's a toxic trait. It's learning how to be more assertive and to speak your soul's voice, because it can't speak for you. You have to do it. Recognizing where you need repair is a huge, huge thing. And that's what they're saying that you're doing right now. You are recognizing these things, acknowledging them and going, this is something I do that's wrong, or it's bad, or it's not healthy for me. This is bad. I'm going to break that habit right now because I'm going to be cognizant of my faulty behaviors and I'm going to fix it. It could simply be, you know what? Someone such as yourself who is an incarnate angel, you might get yourself into stress eating things where when you fight or you argue with someone, you go to food. Food can be a super comfort, especially if it's something that you've habitually done. If every time you sit on a couch, you pull out a bag of chips or something, that's a bad habit. Why? Because it's comfort. And maybe you have a habit of hand to mouth as well. So you have to look at your toxic traits, those things that are ill affecting your potential and your progress, be cognizant of them, and then work through them, because they say you are breaking those habits right now. And so do not be down on yourself if all of a sudden things start to fall apart or walk away. Thank the universe, because sometimes what it does is it goes and it does this lightning strike, and you were thinking about doing it, just not right now. And now you have to deal with something you weren't ready for. It's because the universe was like, can we get her moving? We need her there by Thursday, and it's not looking good. So make it happen. It can be horrible when it happens because it's out of your control. But you can be thankful because that's just a couple steps now that you don't have to worry about. Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks. Appreciate it for getting involved. I didn't ask for you to get involved, but you did. Looking out for me. So that's important. That's what you've got going on right now, Mari. I love that. Okay. Let's get to the bottom here. All right. Rebecca, I have surgery this coming Tuesday the 19th. Can you see how I don't see any problems with it, Lauren. I think I've looked at it before. Don't be nervous. You know what? I would say before you go in, have I'm just looking, I'm listening to them. I wouldn't say a whole bottle of water, so not like a full 16 or 26 ounces. I would say maybe 8 to 12 ounces of water before you go in, and then have more water when you get out, or drink more water. It feels like it's going to keep you from getting dehydrated, and it's also going to get all of the anesthesia out of you, which might upset your stomach or give you a headache. You might have a slight intolerance to it, but everything else looks good. I think you are going to be golden and fine, girl. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's look up here. Let's see what's going on. I keep flipping back and forth and kind of grabbing everybody. Terry Morris, how are you? Terry, the first thing your guides actually show is that they place you on your earthly path. I am standing behind you, and the earthly path is a long hallway with doorways on either side. And we are walking out of the health room. And I was, look, okay, what was going on in the health room? And it looks like this is just, first off, I'm supposed to tell you normal. It could be age related, it could be hormonal, but it's nothing detrimental. And to tell you, first off, don't worry about your health. Your health is okay. And we're walking by the relationship room, and I can hear a lot going on in there. And you reached for the doorknob and you were going to pull it closed, and then you're like, whatever, and you push the door open. So going in here, this room does not look like it's decorated per your requests. This room looks like it has been overrun by other people. And this tells me that you are a person in relationships that it's like that movie, Runaway Bride with what's her name, Julia Roberts, where she always has done everything her spouse or her fiance does, and then when it comes down to it, she bolts. So you may not be doing that exact thing, but what they're saying is that you've always just kind of bent and curved to what everybody else wants, and now you may be looking at this going, I don't like this room. This is not the room I want. I want a totally different room. How am I going to tell everybody I want a different room? Yeah, well, it's not that hard. You just go in and kick them out, and then you redo the room. Like, visualize this room spiritually. See, it's an actual red door. It's really beautiful, like an old door with 6 panels on it. It's red. It has a beautiful round, looks like an oil rubbed bronze door handle, which is quite descriptive, I guess. But it's historical, which also means the wear on the door means that this is something that you have gone through in many different lives. This isn't just this lifetime of an issue. So you finally defining the relationships the way you want them to be rather than trying to make everyone else comfortable is a major role in this lifetime for you where other people are concerned. Kick them out, visualize the room, everybody out. I'm redoing it. Strip the walls, paint it the way you want, put the furniture in there the way you want it, light the fire, get whatever drinks you like out, put them on the table, lava lamps, bean bags, whatever you want. Make it the way you want it. And then if people walk in and go, I don't like this, okay, then great, leave. Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later. It's not your room. Very important, but it is historical, meaning your soul is working on this lesson to get over it. So it's not just this lifetime. You, yeah, work on that. Yes, Lalanya is Lala. She just Lala. She is my Renchi on YouTube. So if you guys have questions about anything, you can absolutely ask her. She's here right now in this room. So, yeah. Well, actually, see, I'm on the StreamYard page. So I don't know if anybody's actually on StreamYard with me. But for those of you who are on YouTube, Lala, she can direct you to anything you need. And she also has awesome jewelry. So Lala, you should post your little link there for that. Jason Owens, if I sense any messages, let's take a look at you, Jason. Man, time flies, you guys. Time flies. I know after this I have to go swimming with the kids. I told them I would go swimming with them. I think it will still be warm enough out. Jason. So the first thing your guides show you is I am sitting behind a desk. So I'm actually somebody else right now, possibly a boss, a supervisor. And there are 3 stacks of paper in front of me. There's a gentleman sitting to my left. You are standing here. And there's a gentleman sitting to the right. And it looks like, going back a little bit, that you were coming in to explain or to teach something, to explain it, to bring an idea to light. And when you see them, you're like, why is all of this on the, like, why is this out? And this is your idea on my desk. And what it sounded like happened is, if you have an invention or you have an idea, you take it straight to the source that is going to use it. Do not share it, because it looks like they're basically saying that this is a possibility of your ideas being taken or stolen for someone else, from someone else, or by someone else. That's what I mean. And so it looks almost very creative, and it's really good. So again, if it's work related idea, if it's expansion, invention, anything of that matter, keep it to yourself until you're able to present it, because it looks like someone is like, that's a good idea, I'm going to take that. No, keep it to yourself. It's work related. And the problem with that is you're like, well, how do you look lost in how you're going to explain this now. And it looks like it could be a loss to you. So where work is concerned, where creative ideas are concerned, where inventions are concerned, keep it to yourself until you are covered. Very important. Yeah. Hey, Lala, you got to post the stuff. Post it wherever you can, Lala, and then I'll put it on this page as well, so that everybody can see it. She's got awesome stuff. I mean, okay, let me just tell you this. She was going into doing jewelry. She wanted to do jewelry, and she didn't like how she was doing it. It was like it didn't feel right. So she kind of put it away, and she went outside, and she was like, God, I don't know how you want me to do this. I don't know how you want me to, I'm telling your story, Lala, just so you know. I don't know how you want me to do this. I need some help or guidance. And she was overcome with messages and visuals. And she went in and she said she just started doing these stones through their vibration of talking to the stone and getting the feel of what the energy was and how it curved and how it swirled. And so what you're getting are these amazing energy infused creations that are like heavenly. They're amazing. Okay. So it's on Facebook. And it's, if you go to Facebook and search Moon Song Crystal Creations, it's a page. I'm sorry, it is a group, not a page. So it's Moon Song Crystal Creations. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Hey, you guys, if you've got businesses that you're doing, let me know. I'll blast it out here for you. I'll let everybody know what you're doing. Just put it on there. If I see it, I'll read it, and everybody else can mention it too. Kathy King, can you tell me if Jordan and I will end up working things out and staying together, and will he be coming home soon? Okay. Let me look for you, Kathy. Yeah. So, Kathy, it looks like you will be staying together, but because you choose to stay together. It looks like you hold the cards right now. And you choose to stay together. The only problem is that, as I'm seeing it, is it's it's your loyalty that's causing you to stay. And it might even be false loyalty that's causing you to stay. And it doesn't, as I'm watching you, it doesn't look like your soul is satisfied and happy. And it looks like you do stay out of loyalty, out of what you're supposed to do, out of all these standing upright things. But your soul is not singing. I'm watching you move about and walk around almost like you're in a shell, and or just a shell. And it looks like you stay for the wrong reasons. And if I was just reading you and I saw this, I would say, girl, something has come to an end for a reason. And you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your time, because when the universe closes a door on us and we try to hold it open, we are leaving everything else that's waiting for us. Do you know how many times I read for people and like, when is the love of my life coming? I'm like, I don't know, because you're waiting on somebody who hasn't figured it out yet. So I don't know if they're ever going to show up, because they haven't shown up yet. They're not making the decisions they need to make to find you. And it's really important to understand that, because somebody might be waiting for you right now. You want to make sure that you're getting everything you deserve, because you're worth it. And believe that. And obviously you have the little boy. Is this a little boy you've got running around with you? Because that seems to be where a lot of your focus should be going right now. First and foremost is this little child, and then finding yourself in the meantime, realizing your worth, recognizing who you are, and the amazing contribution that you are bringing to this world right now. And then saying, okay, let's go try on some souls right now. Let's go try on some people and see who fits, who vibes well with this soul and this body right now, who fits well. Nick, you're a little too big in the shoulders. Man, that's a little too loose. That's a little too this. Don't feel right. Makes me look fat, makes me look too skinny. And then you're going to try on that outfit and go, oh, this is perfect. This fits like a glove. I'm glad I was picky, and I'm glad I didn't just go out and pick up the first thing that I tried on. You know what I mean? Who does that anyway? I do that. Because I hate shopping. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Brandy Miller, you have been hanging out this whole time. Let's take a peek at you. I smell clay around you. I smell clay. That's important, because clay it's part of the ground. It is, you can pick up clay and you can form it and mold it. You look almost rebuilt. You look almost as if the crawling that you've done, almost to the ground. Like, you look like you belong on one of those Saw movies. Because you're like, your knees are cut up, your hands are cut up, your head's hanging, you're just like, and you're crying and you're crawling and you're defeated. And girl, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here right now. I'm glad you're here, because the smell of you is like God has picked you up. And if you look around you right now, you're going to find out how much you have accomplished and how strong you have been. And you're different than you were a year ago right now. There's a totally different circumstance in your life, and it could have taken you out and it didn't. And you tread that path and you got through it. And so you're like being rebuilt right now, which is awesome, because anything is possible. Anything is possible for you. I love that. I love that. All right, guys, it is time to go. Yes, Katie Jones, butterfly. Exactly. She went from a caterpillar to a butterfly. I love that. All right. So listen, guys. Mondays at 11, you can catch me at spiritrealm.net. There's other people there that also they do different kinds of spiritual gifted things, which is where I'm at right now on Facebook as well. And you can look at if you go to spiritrealm.net, that's the only place I read from on Mondays at 11 Eastern. And you can get on anonymously and you can call yourself Jethro for all I care, or Woody Woodpecker. You don't have to put your real name on. You can go in anonymously, and I would read everybody in that. And that is the Spirit Realm Network edition of Paranormal PhD, and is focused entirely on physical and mental health and well-being. That's all I read. But there's other people there that work, that do tarot and different other readings. So check out spiritrealm.net. And godstool.com, that is my page. So if you're looking for something more lengthy or private, you're welcome to go check that out. I have anything from a 5-minute email reading all the way up to a 30-minute reading. And those are done on the phone, other than the email reading, of course. And so that's it. Well, you guys have an awesome weekend. Enjoy your Friday. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And this is recorded, so you can go watch it again if you like on Facebook or YouTube. And I think it's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. And yes, so okay. I'm sorry. You guys were talking to each other. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much. And I will talk to you guys all later. God bless. And there's a comet that's going to be coming near about 168 million miles from the Earth. You might be able to see it. I don't know. I think that's tonight, though. Check it out. And then next week we have a meteor shower. God bless, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.